my name is Dr. Fiona from English Education Department class 4E. So, now I'm going to tell you about the principles of TEYL. First, how to teach skills to young learners. In the context of learning, there are two language skills, receptive skills and also productive skills. And there are four skills within them: listening, speaking, reading, and also writing. Receptive skills, reading and listening. First, morphological awareness. Morphological awareness is crucial for young learners to improve their receptive skills. It helps learners make sense of novel words by understanding their relationship with other words. This awareness can be developed through early exposures to morphological patterns and techniques like derivation, Maria E. 20 and 19. And then story-based learning. Using stories as the core of the design, as in that it's the same words through different eyes. Project can help young learners develop their receptive skills by engaging them in multimodal activities and promoting language development through context interrogation. Korosido E and Riva E, 20 and 16. And then productive skills, speaking and writing. First, oral language assessment. Assessing young learners' speaking performance is essential. Teachers can use various oral language assessment tests to evaluate their productive skills, such as speaking and listening tests that focus on both productive and receptive skills. Norosiah N. and Sugirin S. 20 and 23. And then creative activities, providing opportunities for young learners to express themselves verbally and non-verbally through creative activities such as those used in the It's the Same Words through different eyes. Project can help improve their productive skills. Korosido E and Riva E, 20 and 16. So, the next steps in teaching receptive skills. First, introduction of morphological awareness. Word formation activity. Create a game where children form words from given endings or prefixes. For example, they can make a new words out of bird on an, and then structure listen. Design lesson that explicitly teach morphological patterns such as verbs, nouns, and adjectives. And then storybooks with morphological patterns. Choose a storybook that contains many examples of common morphemes. Read the story and point out how morphemes help shape meaning. And the next, story-based learning. Use of multimodal stories. Choose stories that are not only text-based but also include pictures, songs, and physical activities. This can help children understand the contents of the story better. And the next is group discussion. After reading a story, invite children to discuss the story, ask questions that provoke their understanding, and encourage them to share their opinions. And the next, enrichment activities. Create story-related activities such as drawing a simple comic, and then creating a simple comic and role-playing from the story read. So the next steps in teaching productive skills. First, oral language assessment. Structure speaking test. Give specific speaking tasks such as telling about their experiences, describing pictures, or talking about the specific topic. So next, feedback. Give constructive feedback on each speaking task to help children refine and improve their speaking skills. Recording self-evaluation, record children speaking, and have them listen back to evaluate their own strength and weakness. So the next, creative activities. First, role play. Engage children children in role plays where they have to use language creatively and spontaneously. For example, they could role play characters in a story or interact in everyday life scenarios. And the next, arts and crafts projects. Combine art projects with verbal tasks. For example, after creating an art piece, children could be asked to explain the creation process and the meaning behind their work. And the next, collaborative storytelling. Encourage children to work together to create a story. Each child have add a part to the story, and they should talk and discussion to ensure the story comes together well. So the next, several approach methods. So the first, implicit learning refers to the process of acquiring knowledge or skills without awareness or attention. Remember AS. Implicit learning of article grammars. And the next, contextual learning refers to connecting new information with real-world experiences, enhancing understanding and retention. Al-Mahmoud, 20 and 13. And the next, learning centers. Teaching is an approach that emphasizes the creativity involvement of students in the learning process. The Endowed, 20 and 18. And the next, meaningful learning is active and constructive taking place where learners develop knowledge in response to their environment, reflecting on activity and articulating what they have learned. Ferguson, 20 and 11. So the next is technique in teaching English to young learners. Okay guys, there are various techniques in teaching English to young learners. So, you know what is that? So the first, use of playful activities. For example, using board games, role-playing games, or physical activities that involve English. And the next is use of visual materials and audio aids. For example, using pictures, posters, short videos, or songs can help children associate words with pictures or songs, strengthening the understanding of English. So the next, what is the next? The next is active engagement through role play and collaborative projects. For example, using role plays, collaborative projects, or simple drama allows children to use English in a relevant situation. So the next, use of songs and stories. For example, using songs containing English words to improve speaking and understanding the rhythm English. And the next, how to teach young learners using songs, games, and also story. So the first, use of songs. Use songs that are relevant to the material being studied to reinforce understanding and improve speaking. Choose songs that have an appropriate level of difficulty for the student's ability level. And also, use songs to associate words with the pictures or situations, reinforcing students' understanding of the English language. And the next, use of games. Use games that involve English, such as board games, role-playing games, or physical activities that involve English. Games can help students practice language skills and improve speaking ability. And the last, use of stories. Use stories to relate words to pictures or situations, strengthening students' understanding of English. Stories can be used to introduce basic instructions and knowledge of the names of things or objects around them, or vocabulary. Okay, guys, thank you. That's all from me, and see you.